What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the stream. Wanted to talk some Eagles offseason news, rumors, all that sort of stuff, talking about the draft, talking about free agency. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't want to say like things have like stopped and it's been kind of like nothing's really been happening, because stuff has been happening, but it's definitely slowed down a little bit from the past couple of weeks. But I did want to come on here and talk a little bit about what's been going on recently. So let's say what's up to some people in the chat real fast. Tennis Pro, what's going on, man? I don't even know if you're still in here because it was at like almost 5:30. Said, BLSG, what's going on, man? Said, I'm currently at work right now training for my first job, but I have some free time to talk with you in the chat and talk some Eagles offseason football. Dude, that's crazy. You're at work right now. Hey, good luck to you. First job. Hey, hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy working for the first time. And make sure you're not like, just make sure you're there, man. Jason Marks. Well, hold on. Are the Eagles getting Jeffrey Simmons? I don't think so. I guess we can talk a little bit about that later, but let's just get through some of these a little bit first. Smooth Jackson, what's going on? I think the Philadelphia Eagles would be great this new season. I agree. Fallen Pros, W, what's going on, man? Oh, man, I'm trying to get through these. I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi is not great right now, and it's like raining really hard, so I'm trying to make sure this works out. Rika, what's going on, man? True drop us. Philadelphia is winning Super Bowl 58 next year in Las Vegas. That is facts. That is complete facts. Let's see. Mega Eagle fan, Braden, Kevin Barry, Martian Lynch 21. What's going on, man? All right, welcome on in, everybody. So let's talk a little bit about some stuff that's been going on recently. Something happened yesterday. I didn't really talk about it at all yet. So let's do that. Let's switch here. Talk about this because I thought this was interesting. So yesterday, the Seattle Seahawks withdrew their restricted free agent tender on safety Ryan Neal, making him an unrestricted free agent and eligible to sign with any team per Field Yates. Neal is coming off a career year and will receive interest from multiple teams. So that's definitely something to keep your eye on. I honestly, when the Eagles went out and they signed Terrell Edmunds, I thought they might be done at safety, but you never know with Howie Roseman. Like, I don't know why I thought that, because now going back and like just looking at it, like, who knows if they're really confident in Reed Blankenship. Like, in my opinion, I think Reed Blankenship should have a chance to play, but I'm not 100% sure like what their mindset is or what they think about it. Like, obviously they're going to come out publicly and say, they're confident in Reed Blankenship, but we don't actually know that. So I think Ryan Neal would be an interesting option. I actually like him a lot from what I've seen from him. Like, I didn't really watch too much of the Seahawks last year, so I don't know, like, I'm not going to say, like, I'm a Ryan Neal expert or anything, but I do like what I've seen from him. This tweet from Thomas R. Peterson here says, the Seahawks have waived. I'll say, yeah, whatever. He was the third highest safety in 2023 by PFF, primarily by his coverage ability, played under Sean Desai last year. So that's also another interesting point that he played under Sean Desai for sure. I mean, obviously, Eagles' new defensive coordinator, that's definitely another thing linking Ryan Neal to the Eagles. And that's interesting that he was the third highest safety by PFF. Now, PFF, I don't want to say like PFF, I have no, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say like PFF has no credibility at all, but you can't take like PFF's rankings 100% like as fact, as it is how it is. Because that's just, PFF is, I don't even know how PFF works, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not the most reliable thing, if you get what I'm saying. But that's definitely, that's something. So that's really interesting. This by Philly Nation says Ryan Neal just turned 27, had 25 run stops, forced 3 turnovers, was PFF's #1 ranked safety in the league last year. What? Hold up. This says he was third. This says he was #1. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't even know which is true, which is not true, whatever. Well, just 57 yards in pass coverage the final 8 games, has a connection with Sean Desai, has Trent. Yeah, I mean, I think adding Ryan Neal would be a good move. Dude, I haven't streamed in maybe a week and a half, and I already can't talk. It's crazy. No, but I think what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I definitely would like Ryan Neal and the Eagles. It's just would they still do that? Because if you think about it, I saw this tweet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it again. But what was I gonna say? Where was it? Where was the tweet? I don't even know. But they were saying, why wouldn't the Eagles have gone out already and tried to make a move for Ryan Neal if they were interested in doing that? Because he was on the restricted free agent tender, so like the Eagles could still go out and try to negotiate with him at that point. And it was clear that the Seahawks weren't going to match whatever offer the Eagles were to give him. And obviously, like, it doesn't seem like he's going to make all that much money anyway. Like the Seahawks were to sign him, I think he was like $2.5 million or something. So I don't remember. I could be wrong with that, but I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles, if that's a real possibility, just because they haven't already gone out and got him. Like, if they haven't already gone out and tried to get him already. Like, if they haven't done that, I don't know if it's going to happen. Moving forward. But I definitely would like it. I mean, we can look at some of his stats here really fast. Like, he's gotten better pretty much his whole career, which is something that obviously is very positive. 2019 didn't really play. I forget, wasn't he on the Eagles? He was on the Eagles, I think, in 2018 in like the preseason, and they cut him or something like that. I don't really remember, but I did hear that. But 2019, he played 3 games, didn't really do anything. 2020, he played in 13 games, 44 total tackles, 33 solo tackles, 2 interceptions, which is solid. 2021 got even better, 49 tackles. Well, maybe not got even better because he didn't have the interceptions, but still, that's an improvement in the tackles category. Played 16 games, and then this year, he played in 14 games. I think he only started 10. I don't know how many he started in the other 2 seasons, but I know this year played 14 games, started 10, 66 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, a sack, an interception, 45 solo tackles. Definitely improvement there. So, excuse me. I think Ryan Neal would be a solid addition. I just don't know how likely it is. Let's look at some of these comments here. You said the Phillies aren't doing too good. Yeah, I did see that. I'm not really a huge Phillies fan, but it does suck. Like, obviously, I want them to win. Texas Rangers are a good team. I guess that's it. We will get. I don't think we'll get Ryan Neal. Draft is already set up to get a safety. So you think we're going to draft a safety? Because I think I think the way things have been going, I don't know how likely that is. Like, obviously, the Eagles under Howie Roseman haven't gone out and made a play early in the first round to get a safety. So I don't know. I don't know how likely it is that they draft a safety. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they drafted a safety because I like Brian Branch. I don't know how likely it is. So, I mean, I guess we'll see, but I'm not sure. Did anyone check if Edmonds is one of the Steelers players that AJ pointed to after one of his TDs? I didn't. I don't know. I don't think he was. I feel like he was was it Sutton? And then I don't know. Was it? That might have been. I'm not sure. I want to go check, but I don't know if it'll actually come up on the. I don't know if I can show that on stream or not. But yeah, I like Edmonds. I like the Edmonds edition. It's cheap. I think he's got high upside, so I'm excited to see what he can do. I just I'm not 100% sure like if they're set at the safety position. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. Because when I first made that Edmonds move, I was like, okay, this is it. We got Blankenship, we got Edmonds, we're set at safety. But I don't know. I mean, Ryan Neal would definitely be an interesting option. Some people definitely think that they should draft a safety, which I wouldn't be opposed to. I just don't know how likely it is. So we're going to see. Panthers are looking kind of crazy, not going to lie. Says Unique. Dude, I'm going to root for the Panthers next season just because I like Miles Sanders. Should I make that? Are they my second? I'll make them my second team next year. If the Eagles... Okay, well, the Panthers aren't going to lose before the Eagles, but, like, I'll just, I'll root for them just because I like Sanders. Unless we need them to lose for some reason and then, screw the Panthers. What are your thoughts? Hold up. What are your thoughts on Kevin Byard? I don't think we're getting Kevin Byard. Yeah, I mean, basically I just went over my whole opinion on the safety position. Like, I'm not sure if they're going to add another one, but I really don't think it would be Byard just because of how expensive he would be. And we're going to talk about the Eagles cap space in a little bit. But I just don't know if it's a super realistic possibility. Like, I love Kevin Byard. I think he's a great player. I think he's one of the best safeties in the league. I actually saw this. I don't know, maybe I can find it. I saw this horrible safety ranking the other day from ML Football. We can go over some of these if you guys want to. But it was just bad. Like, it was just a bad ranking. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the most educated. Here it is. So literally, okay, ready? Let's go through this. This is a terrible ranking. This is bad. Okay. Top 20 NFL free safeties and top 20 strong safeties. Free safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Justin Simmons, Marcus Williams, Quandre Diggs, Jesse Bates, Kevin Byard. How do they have Kevin Byard at 6 is my question. Kevin Byard, his production has been up there every single year. It's not like he's fallen off. I don't get that. That just makes this whole ranking terrible. I mean, dude, like, I don't like this ranking at all. It's just, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's the worst ranking in the world, but it's not great. What do they have over here? Derwin James, Buda Baker, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Kyle Duggar, Jordan Boyer, Is that his name? That's Hufunga. Kyle Hamilton, Von Bell, Jamal Adams, Adrian Phillips, Cam Curl, Jeremy Chin. Like, dude. Marcus Epps, they got at 19. Yeah, I don't. Adrian Amos is still a free agent, by the way. Like, I would like that. I would like that addition if we're still looking for a safety. Minkah is the most overrated DB in football. Some of these names, man, I just, feel... I get scared saying names live because, I feel like someone's going to come out of my mouth that's not supposed to. Like, that I just can't. Not that I would say. It's just, some of these names I get, I slow down. And I'm like, can I say that? That one was fine. I'm just, I don't know. That's a thought I get a lot of the times when I can't pronounce something. Bijan Robinson is not on the Eagles for the mock draft. We're actually going to look. We can look at a mock draft in a bit here, Jason. Dude, I saw a mock draft that had him going at 10 to the Eagles. So, I mean, there's a lot of mock drafts out there, no doubt. So it's I don't know which ones you've seen, but I definitely have seen a couple that have the Eagles taking him. There's a tornado warning. There's a tornado warning? What the heck, bro? Dude, there's not going to be a tornado. We're fine. It is really raining hard, though. Blankenship really that guy, though? I don't know. I liked what he did last year. I definitely did like what he did last year. I just don't know, if they're that confident in him, if you know what I'm saying. I like him. I would give him the chance to start, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's how Howie Roseman and, well, not Howie Roseman, but, Howie Roseman could go out and make a new addition, get another safety in here. So maybe he's not confident in Reed Blankenship. Maybe Sirianni really likes him, or maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure. I just don't know, so. I'm glad I'm from Carolina so I can pull for Sanders. Yeah, dude. I knew we were going to lose Sanders. But it sucks because I really liked him. So I'm going to root for him in Carolina, no doubt. Ryan Neal is the perfect fit. Dude, I think Ryan Neal would be a really good option. I don't know if it's going to happen because they didn't already go out and try to get him. They could have gone out and negotiated with him and tried to add him, when he was on the what's it called, the restricted tender or whatever. So I'm not sure. I would like it 100%. I don't know. Even though I do like Reed Blankenship again, but I think Ryan Neal's good enough that you could get him for cheap. He would come in here and then, Like, I wouldn't be mad at that move at all because he'd be a really good player for cheap, and like Reed Blankenship could still try maybe find a role somewhere else, or he could be like the third safety, come in at times. He plays selected snaps. He doesn't start, but he would still have a role. I feel like. I didn't get to read the information, but it's Kelly Green will be Eagles' alternative color. So, yeah, Kelly Green is officially back. If you guys didn't hear, Jeffrey Lurie confirmed it in his interview. I think he was at the owners' meeting or something like that. But Kelly Green is definitely it's coming back this season. I think we all knew that, but he officially confirmed it, which is great. The black jerseys are still staying, from what I understand. Let me pull this up really fast. The black jerseys are still staying. However, the black helmets got to go because this tweet from Eagles Nation says, by NFL rule, teams can only have 2 helmets. With the Eagles bringing back Kelly Green uniforms next year, the black helmets will not be worn at all next season and possibly ever again, unless they add a 3rd helmet option. Now, I don't understand that. I don't understand why they would just I don't understand why you wouldn't be allowed to have more than 2 helmets. I don't get what the difference is between 2 and 3 helmets, but whatever. So maybe they'll change that in the future. But as of now, the Eagles are not going to be able to wear their black helmets next season, which does stink because I liked the black helmets. I definitely like the black helmets. But at the same time, it's for the Kelly Green helmets. I'm not mad because it's the Kelly Green helmets. And, I'm 19 years old. I started watching in 2013 and didn't really become like a really hardcore fan until maybe I don't know, what's the year Wentz got to 2016. So I don't know. I haven't been around when they had the Kelly Green jerseys. So I'm excited. I'm really excited because they're sick. I like them a lot. They're really cool. And obviously that means a lot to a lot of the people that have that obviously means a lot to the people that grew up with those jerseys. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see them. Let's see here. Fallen Pros, I don't think we're going to get Bijan. Why don't you think we're going to get Bijan? I feel like everything has been pointing to us going offense at some point early in this draft. I think we go offense, Bijan specifically with one of the picks, and then defense with the other pick. He said Amos can't cover. I did see this past season his coverage fell off a cliff, or his PFF coverage grade fell off a cliff. So you might be right. I didn't get to watch too much of him this year, but I feel like if you put him back in the defense with Sean Desai, he's familiar with Sean Desai when they both run the Bears at the same time, I think he can have a bounce back year, especially if he's, the Packers last year, their pass rush was bad. The Eagles pass rush is 100% going to be one of the best pass rushes in the league. So that's going to 100% help him out. It's just, you could be right. Maybe he's washed and he's cooked and he can't play anymore. But I don't think that would be a bad move. I like his play style. He just, obviously he had a down year, but I still like Amos. And if they added him, I would not be upset as long as it's not for too much. Nick already said running back room is full. I don't think he said it's full. He just went out there and he basically praised each individual guy. He was he praised Trey Sermon for a while, which is really interesting. He was you look at him in practice and, there's just times when he was able to do things and you're wow, this guy can be really good. But at the same time, you had him on was it the practice squad or the roster the entire last season? I don't really know, but you had him. I'm pretty sure they had him on the roster for a good portion of the season. You saw him that one time in the Jacksonville game, and he was solid when he got to play. So I don't know why they didn't use him if they liked him that much. I feel like he just said that because what's he gonna say? He's gonna say, "Oh well, Kenny Gainwell is he's got a lot of work to do," or he's not gonna sit here and say anything negative about these guys. He's going to express confidence in them. I don't think that necessarily means we're not going to go get a running back at the draft. But even if it's not Bijan, I could see us getting a couple of the other guys like Gibbs or what's his name, Charbonnet. Or I saw Philly the podcast actually did a really good video breaking down 5 running backs not named Bijan Robinson. So you can check that out if you want, because that was actually a really good video. And if you're interested in the Eagles getting another running back in the draft, that's not Bijan Robinson. I don't think the Eagles trust Reed Blankenship. Yeah, again, I don't really know what they think, but I like him. If they can't find a better option at safety, I'm cool with having him start. I definitely think he could be a solid player. I just don't know how they feel about him. 41 people in here, by the way. So if you haven't already, drop a like on the stream, and let's get to 40 likes. We got 41 people in here. Let's get to 40 likes on the stream. And yeah, man, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you guys have, but if you haven't, subscribe. Do you think that we will lose in the NFC Championship game next season? I mean, I don't really know what we're going to – I think if the Eagles draft right, they can go back to the Super Bowl 100% this year. Even, like, as the roster is constructed now, I'm really confident because what other team in the NFC are you afraid of? The 49ers, and they don't have a quarterback right now because, I mean, who knows? Like, Brock Purdy – how long is he going to be out? I don't know. Trey Lance, we don't know how good he's going to be. Like, his ceiling's pretty high, but he's, not shown. Obviously, it's a small sample size that he did play, but in those few games, he wasn't great. So we're going to see. And then everyone else, it's like the Cowboys. Am I really afraid of the Cowboys? Like, they got Brandon Cooks, they got Stephon Gilmore, but they're the Cowboys. So, I'm not too afraid of them. The 2010 Kelly Green Unis were bland. I hope we get an updated version. Yeah, I didn't watch back in 2010. I was, how old was I? I was 6 for most of that year, and I turned 7 at the end of the year. So, yeah, I didn't really watch football back when I was a little kid. So, I don't know. I might have to go look it up. I feel like I've seen a couple pictures, but sorry, I had to take a drink. God. Could be prices. You might be talking about something that I already been talking about for a while. Sorry about the lag on the chat. I'm trying to get to all these comments. Philly Pros, what's going on? Are we actually going to draft Bijan with the 10th pick? I don't know. My ideal scenario would be we either trade down from the 10th pick, get him, and then get someone else. No, ideal scenario is you get someone really good at 10, like a Jalen Carter, and then you trade up from 30 to get Bijan Robinson. That's what I would hope for. But I think if we have to take him at the 10th pick, I think they could do it. Like, I mean, if you have to take him at 10, then that's fine. But I feel like they could find a way to trade back if they got to 10 and there was no one else that they really wanted, and they were looking at Bijan and he was the top option on their draft board. They could probably find a way to trade back and still get him. But that would be a risk for sure. If by any chance Jalen Carter is there at 10, Howie draft 100%. If Jalen Carter's there, they should 100% take him. I did a whole video talking about Jalen Carter and a couple other defensive tackles in this draft yesterday. So if you guys want to check that out after this, you can. But yeah, Jalen Carter's great. Like, despite all the off the field stuff, my brain's not working right now. I apologize. Despite all the off the field stuff, he's still a great player. If he gets to 10, you got to take him. Corp says Eagles trade for Justin Simmons. Yeah, okay. What are you talking? All right, quit trolling. Unleashed. Wait, what? Burt City 215 no go defense. You don't want to go defense at all in the first round? Is that what you're saying? I think we go one offense and one defense. Perhaps how we can trade back and get Kancey and go O-line at 30. I don't know too many of the offensive line prospects in the draft. Like, I've done a little bit more research since last time I was live, so I can give you a little bit more educated opinion, but I haven't really looked into too many of the offensive linemen because I don't know how realistic it is that they take an offensive lineman. Like, the only way they take an offensive lineman is if it's like a center or if it's a guard, and they more likely a guard because they lost Sam Marlowe. They want Cam Jurgens to be the center of the future, so you would probably take a guard. Oh, excuse me. But I don't know how likely it is that they do that. Like, I think for this season they feel good with Cam at the right guard position. And if they want to take a guard at some point later in the draft, like the past couple seasons, think about it. Last year they got Cam Jurgens in the second round. The year before that they got Landon Dickerson in the second round. I feel like they could find someone, a little bit, maybe not the first round, but a little bit later if they did want to take an offensive lineman. But I definitely would not be shocked if the Eagles did take a lineman because obviously they love to do that. But I want them to go, defense, and I want Bijan. I'm not going to lie. I want Bijan Robinson, and I want a defensive player. That's more, ideally, I would say Bijan Robinson and a defensive tackle. But, hey, I don't know. It's almost that time of year for the annual Sixers heartbreak. You're 100% correct. Martian Lynch. Dude, I love the Sixers. I love the Sixers so much. And I miss doing videos on them. I might start a Sixers channel maybe like in the offseason or something. And I'm thinking about maybe streaming tomorrow night's game. I don't know because I was going to do a stream with BLSG. Now he's at work right now because he was on the chat a little bit earlier. So if he's available, I would be open to doing a stream with him tomorrow night. Not sure if he'd be available to do that, but I would like to do that. And then in the playoffs, I'd like to do streams for like playoff games, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it is about time for the Sixers heartbreaking second round loss again. I love the Sixers. I just don't got confidence, man. What do you think about Terrell Edmonds? I think he's a really good signing. Cheap signing, high upside. He's been pretty good every year in his career. One thing I did say, or I saw some Steelers fans said this to me. They were like, Edmonds is okay, but he's like the safest, quote unquote, safest safety in the league because he's like not aggressive with the balls in the air, and he just like lets up. Like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he basically said like he's gonna let up the completion, but then he'll like make the solid tackle or something. So I'm not sure. I like Terrell Edmonds though. From what I've seen, from the small amount of research I've done to make that video when they did sign him, I like Terrell Edmonds. I like the way he plays. So hopefully he can be good for us. Especially, I think he'll benefit from playing alongside some of the other, really good players the Eagles got on defense. Hi, Philly fan, just joined. What's going on, Candace? Candace has been in like all the streams. Shout out to you. Eagles trade for Jeffrey Simmons. I would like Jeffrey Simmons, but I don't know how realistic. Okay, we can talk about the cap situation in a minute here. Hold on, because I want to get to this first. John Johnson, draft 5. That's facts. And something kind of okay. This isn't big news or anything for me. It's not big news for the Eagles. It's just regarding my channel and like just me. So I saw these draft 5 hats that they're making, the draft 5 t-shirts that Philly 500 Joey Shakes are coming out with. And I have been thinking over the past couple months, I'm like, dude, I want to make like some sort of, I don't want to call it merch because merch is like a cringy word in my opinion, but I want to make something. Like I want to come out with something cool, like a cool hat or shirt or something that like I would wear, So let me know, like if I did come out with something like that, would you guys be interested in it? If it didn't suck, if it didn't look like absolute trash, like if it looked actually kind of cool, would you guys be interested in that? Let me know, because I actually have been thinking about coming out with something over the past couple of months. We got 47 people in here. Appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel. Now, I want to get to this comment. Eagles trade for Jeffrey Simmons. I like Jeffrey Simmons a lot, and I made a video talking all about that. But I want to go over this cap situation real fast because I think this is really interesting. Like, Joe Castro, again, Philly the podcast. Shout out to him. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He says Eagles currently sit at $21.3 million in free cap space, which makes something like a Jeffrey Simmons trade or, another player that's worth a little bit more money, a little bit more of a possibility. Now, hold on. Let me find this tweet that shows the top, what's it called? The top 10 teams in terms of cap space. This was March 24th. Where is this freaking tweet? I'm trying to... Dude, I had it pulled up. Where'd it go? Maybe if I refresh. Or I can do NFL cap space. Whoa. What happened there? Come on, man. Because I wanted to look at this. Eagles are top 10 right now in the NFL. Dude, what? Okay, hold on. Hold on just a second. I need like honest opinions right now. So, okay, God, I've got multiple comments over the 3 years that I've done YouTube saying that I look like this dude right here, Nick Wright. Do I look like him? I don't have a beard, obviously. His nose is crazy. Like I don't have that crazy of a nose. I do not look like Nick Wright. That's ridiculous. Stop it, man. But let me know if I actually do, because like I don't know. Where is it? Come on. Here it is. That's March 19th. Oh, it's an NFL rumors. All right, let's go here. I'm sorry, guys. No. Thank you. Thank you so much. All of you. I knew it. I don't look like Nick Wright. Thank you. Where was this? This one. All right. Thank you. Now that I have that, and I know I don't look like Nick Wright, now I can get back to this. Okay. Where is this? I saw, when did they post it? It was the top 10 teams in the NFL right now in terms of cap space. The Eagles were number 7. I want to look at the actual numbers. If I can't find it, it's whatever, but I want to find it. Come on. There it is. Top 10 teams in the NFL cap space. Bears, $38.2 million. They've been making moves, man. They've been making moves. They got plenty of money. And I said, they're going to make the playoffs this year. 7 seed. Book it. I'm telling you. But Panthers, $27.4 million. Lions, $22.9 million. Cardinals, $22. Packers, $21. Falcons, $21. Eagles, $21.3, sitting at 7. That right there is cap wizardry from Howie Roseman. Now, obviously, we still got to do the Jalen Hurts extension and all that. But hey, we'll see how it all plays out. But it definitely means that they got some space here. They got some space. Now, obviously, the Eagles, they have to sign their draft picks, whoever they end up selecting in the draft. They got to sign them to their contracts. And I also read, I think it was from Elliott Short Parks, ESP, as he calls himself, that he said that the Eagles are a team that likes to have, I think, $10 million of cap space going into the season. Now, obviously, that number is not set in stone or anything. And they could definitely, if they really wanted to go out and make a move to get a guy like Jeffrey Simmons, they could go under that number to make that happen. The problem with Jeffrey Simmons is he's got 1 year left on his contract. If you make a trade for him, excuse me, I keep burping. What is wrong with me? All right. He's got 1 year left on his contract. You probably have to give up a first-round pick to get him, maybe worst case or best case scenario, a second-round pick and other assets. But you probably have to give up a decent amount of compensation to get him. And then the other thing is that you'd have to then, since his contract is going to expire after the season, extend him. And he's probably going to want around $20 million per season. And Hargrave got around $20 million per season. So why wouldn't the Eagles just go re-sign a guy that they've had with their organization for 3 years now? Hargrave is older than Jeffrey Simmons, so maybe the Eagles would feel a little bit more comfortable paying a guy like Simmons, who's a little bit younger, a big contract like that. But I just don't know if they got the space to do that, I'm not 100% sure. So I like Simmons. I just don't know how realistic it is. I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of that in my video. But yeah, let me see if I did have – no, they're not going to do it. So I had a couple – I had my brother that was going to come on here, and he wasn't going to be weird this time because I made sure, I talked to him, and I had someone else who was going to come on here too, but I don't think they're going to do it because of the rain, and they're weird about, I don't want to plug my phone in because then it's going to I don't know what they even think. It's going to fry my phone. It's going to fry my charger or something stupid. Yeah, no. But they might not be on here, which is fine, honestly. Bleacher Report had the Cowboys ahead of their – dude, the Cowboys get hyped up every single offseason. They get hyped up every offseason. It doesn't matter. It's people don't learn. People don't learn. They don't watch the Cowboys every single year. They watch – no, it's crazy. Because they do watch the Cowboys every single year. And they choke at the end of the season, or they choke in the playoffs, or something happens. And they just don't learn. Now the Cowboys are ahead of the Eagles. Why? They got Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. It's not like we've just sat here and done nothing. We've brought back some good players. We've gone out and made some solid additions for a low cost that have high upside. I think we're chilling. We're in a really good spot. And obviously, we got Jalen Hurts, the best quarterback in the NFC. Come on, man. Do you think the Sixers will win against Boston in the playoffs? I'm a huge Sixers fan, man, but I got to be honest. I don't think so. Boston's got our number, and I really like the Sixers, and I hope they win. Doc Rivers, man. Doc Rivers is I feel like if we had a different coach, we'd have a better shot. But we don't, obviously. We got Doc, and this is the reality. So I don't see it happening. If you guys want Sixers play-by-plays and live streams in the playoffs, let me know. Go down and say, yeah, I would want that in the chat right now. Just let me know. Because I'm definitely interested in doing that. And I love doing those. The past couple times I've done those has been fun. How do you think Slay would do if he did sign with the Ravens? That would have been interesting. Yeah, I saw that. I was listening to his podcast probably an hour before I got on here. And he was basically saying he was almost a Raven. I think he would have been fine. He's a good player. Slay's a really good corner. I think he would have been good. At the end of the day, he's not with the Ravens, though. He's with us. I think he's got a better shot on this defense just because he's got a lot more talent around him. Playing, obviously, alongside great talent helps your game as well as a player. So that's something that's definitely a benefit for Slay and staying with the Eagles over going to the Ravens. But he always wanted to stay with Philly. It was just a matter of – I think he said that he wanted guaranteed money in his second year of his deal, and that's why it was a little holdup. But he got that, so – congrats to him. Excited to have Slay back. Taco Rover says Eagles trade down at 10 and someone drops. They trade up, kind of like with Devontae Smith. That could be smart. I mean, yeah, because I do remember that year. I was live, by the way. I hope to be live for the draft this year. As long as I don't have work, which I think I'm going to quit soon anyway, so I might not even have to think about that. And as long as there's not like a big Sixers playoff game that night, I want to be live for the draft. Or maybe I can have like 2 screens up at the same time and be talking about the draft while watching the Sixers game. Dual live stream. I hope, but more than likely I will be live for the draft this year. So that should be fun. But what do you say? Eagles trade down to 10. If someone drops, they trade up kind of like with Devontae Smith. I could see something like that happening. I feel like they'd have to make a trade at some point soon. I mean, yeah, they got what? What's today? Today's April 1st. So you got, until the 27th to make a move to trade down. And then if they want to trade up, they could do that. That would be smart. Get some extra draft picks and do something like that. Philly Prods. People in my school will be confused when I tell them I'm an Eagles fan and a Warriors fan. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little confused too. How are you a Warriors fan? How are you a Warriors fan when you're an Eagles fan? Like, are you from the area or like what's the deal? I don't know. You like Steph Curry or something. Like, I feel like that's probably the reason, to be honest with you. But I don't know. Jason says, I think they'll take Bijan. Oh, God. I think they'll take Bijan. If Jalen Carter is there, they will take him, and they might take Myles Smith on the 31st pick. Yeah, I got to do a little bit more research because I'm not going to lie. Myles Smith is not a name I know too much about. So I got to do a little bit more research to give you a good opinion on that. But I honestly think at 10, they're going either. If Jalen Carter's there, they're going to take Jalen Carter. I don't really think he's going to be there, to be honest with you. But if it does happen, it happens. That'd be cool. What was I going to say? I just saw a comment that said I sound like Nick Wright. Okay, look. Yeah, you might be right on that one. I'll give you that. I might sound a little bit like Nick Wright. That one I understand because I have heard people say that I sound like Nick Wright too, but I don't look like him. But I hope they get, if Carter falls to 10, take him. If Bijan's there and no one wants to trade back with you, then take him. If they can trade back and still get him, I'd like that too. The defense I worry about. I mean, I understand why, because obviously the offense, I think, is definitely a lot better. The offense is better. Everyone knows that. But I don't think the defense is, in a really bad spot. Think about it. You still got Reddick. You still got Brandon Graham's back. Fletcher Cox is back. Slay's back. Bradbury's back. You've got some good players. And then Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean, both those guys got to step up this year. And then, Morrow, I like the signing. I like the Edmonds signing. I don't know if they're done at safety, but if Blankenship starts, he's got to step up too. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. They still got some really good players, and obviously they lost some good players too, but I feel okay. Then we'll go tackle. We need depth at tackle. I think we go all offense, but one defensive pick in round 1 or 2 in the draft. Then next year will be a defensive draft for us. That's an interesting take. I mean, I don't know, because do you think they would really take – you think they would take a tackle in the first round for depth? I don't know about that. They obviously took Andre Dillard back in 2019. I think the plan was that he was going to replace Jason Peters, right? But I mean, I don't really remember the whole timeline, exactly what happened. But I mean, he didn't play his first year really until I'm sure Jason Peters at some point in that season he was hurt. I think for a few games, so he stepped in there. And Dillard's a good player. He's still a good player. He just didn't get his chance here. And then, time went on. Peters, he left the team, and then Mailata had developed to the point where he was the starter. So he just never really got his chance here. So do you think we would spend a first-round pick on a tackle? I'm not sure. I'm not sure they would do that. Were you mad when the Eagles picked Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson? I was pretty confused, and I was I wasn't even I didn't do a ton of research on the draft back in those years because that was before I even did YouTube. But I wasn't happy with that. But I was okay, I want to give Reagor his chance. Who knows? Maybe they know something that I don't. Maybe he could be good. And then obviously he sucked. So yeah, yeah. I was not happy initially, but I was let's give him a chance. And then it was just we know what happened. Marshall Lynch says, I still have PTSD from the last Simmons that played. Yo, hold on. You want to see something real fast? Give me a minute. Give me just a minute. Hold on. Hold on just a second. You see this? Hold on. Look at this. Check this out. You want to see something disgusting? Look at this. Look at that. Do you see that? Do you see that? Get out of here. I kind of want to light that on fire. I don't know why I haven't yet, but I just haven't. Dude, that guy's a bum. He's such a bum. Also, when you trade, you don't have to pay the players. You traded, so that would leave more room for Jeffrey Simmons. But yeah, I don't think they would be trading players, though. I think it'd be picks. So, I mean, what's more valuable? You get a draft pick. Maybe, say you draft a defensive tackle in the first round, and you have to give up a first-round pick to get Jeffrey Simmons. So, you trade that first-round pick or the opportunity to get a defensive tackle. You bring in Jeffrey Simmons, and then you're stuck here, and you have to pay him $20 million per season, right? Or you can just draft a defensive tackle. You have the chance that he develops into a really good player, and you're trading and you're paying him like, rookie scale contract for 4-5 seasons. So I don't know. You're more like Nick wrong. Wow. Am I wrong all the time? No, I have bad takes, guys. I might have bad takes. I have good takes and bad takes, just like everybody. Nick, all right. Stop. I do not look like Nick Wright. Maybe I sound like him. I'll give you that. I don't look like him. Okay? Maybe if I grew a beard, maybe it would be a little bit more accurate. I don't know. Come on, man. Lamar to Bucks. That would be interesting. I don't know about that one, though. Unless I literally missed, the biggest news of the day, but I don't think I did. Jalen is a good man. I think he would take a little less to help Eagles win. I think he's going to structure it in a way that's going to ensure the Eagles are in a good situation moving forward. I don't think he's just going to be here and be like, I want all the money. He's not about the money. He's about winning championships and proving to be a great player and proving to himself that, he is who we thought he is. He had a purpose before everybody had an opinion. Trademark Jalen Hurts, not me. It's not, I don't know that. Yeah, I don't think he'll take less money, but I think he'll structure it in a way that's the Eagles can restructure stuff, and it's not like it's going to kill the team in terms of the cap. What would the Eagles have to give up for some Mahomes magic? They would never trade him, so I'm chilling with Jalen Hurts, man. Simmons cap hit this year would only be around $3 million if we were to trade for him. Yeah, but if we were to extend him, then it's $20 million per season. So I'm just like, I don't know. I get the cap hit this year. That's not the issue. It's the future. Philly fan, do you live in Philly? I live 45 minutes to an hour outside Philly. See you, Jason. I'll see you, man. Thanks for being in here. Appreciate you. Iron Mizzle. As of right now, we only have $45-50 million in cap currently for next season. That's Jalen's money right there. Then we have Howie Magic to get us more cap. Yeah, I didn't know what the cap situation was looking like for the next season, so appreciate you dropping that knowledge in there. But yeah, man, it's they're gonna have to do some maneuvering for sure. What you say here? Joel is 8-1 in 2 playoff series against the Celtics. You mean 1-8? Yeah, I'm not. I love Joel, man. Joel's great. What's going on, Pizza? Sorry I'm late. What's good? Hey, appreciate you, bro. You've been one of the top supporters this month, man. Commenting on every single video, so I appreciate you. Next thing you know, you'll have a beard. I will never get that hair, dude. If I got that hairstyle, that would just be a freaking disaster. BLSG. I wouldn't mind bringing it around there for the safety room. However, I want to see what Reed Blankenship can do as the starter. That is I completely agree with that. What's going on, Brandon? Appreciate you coming in here consistently in these streams when I do them. Tackle would be 3rd round or higher. I would definitely. Okay. I think that they could go offensive lineman, right? But I just don't see them taking the only way I see them taking an offensive lineman early is if it's a guard. That's the only way I see it. I doubt that it's a tackle because I don't think they want to do what they did with Andre Dillard. I feel like they would learn from that, you know? They just extended Lane Johnson for another year. Like, I mean, they got Mailata for a while too, so I don't know. I don't think they would pick a tackle in the first round for depth, you know? Just got to hear what I missed. I was just talking some football, you know? Storm, what's going on? Appreciate you being in here again. You've been in, like, all the streams, so I appreciate that. Use it as toilet paper. Maybe I should. That's a good idea. But then what would I do with it after? Like, would I carry it around? Let me just shut up. Let me stop. Let me not even finish that thought. I'm just going to carry it around down the stairs and just, like, what am I going to do with that? Chuck it in the trash can. And it stinks. What am I supposed to, like, bro, I'm getting too in detail with it. Let me shut up. I like to see Bijan at 10, then Kancey at 30, or Carter at 10 and Gibbs at 30. Either one of those scenarios sound fantastic to me. I would be completely happy. Like, honestly, if they get Bijan at 10 and Kancey at 30, I'm celebrating. If they get Carter at 10 and Gibbs at 30, celebrating. Like, those two scenarios would be fantastic. Philly fan 21, why haven't you lit that Simmons jersey on fire yet? Dude, I should just donate it or something so, like, some kid in Africa can have it or something. Like, I feel bad lighting it on fire. But maybe I should. I don't know. Should I just donate it? Maybe I should do that. I don't know. Or I could light it on fire. That's the more fun option, I guess. More of a play on Nick Wright's last name. Yeah, I knew. Okay, I didn't know if you were comparing me because I know about the Nick Wrong thing. Obviously, I just didn't know if you were calling me Nick Wrong or not. Keep up these live streams. I really enjoy them. I appreciate you, Candace. I appreciate that. These live streams are hard for me to do because I just gotta let you guys in on some of my thoughts here real fast. So, where's this one thing? Because Candace said, "Congrats on 10K." I just realized. By the way, thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. Like. Dude, I can't believe I even got 10. I don't even. That's crazy to me. That's insane. Thank you to every single one of you guys. But I gotta say, like, I don't know nearly as much as some of these other guys. A lot of these other Eagles content creators, they know way more than me. I just come on here and I try my best to make good videos, and that's what I do. And apparently you guys like the video, so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate 10,000 subscribers, but I gotta say, like, I don't know nearly as much as some of these other guys. So I appreciate you guys listening to me too. Jeez, man, it's crazy. But yeah, thank you all. 10,000 is insane. We're not done though. We are not done. We're gonna keep going. Jalen needs to take a page from Brady's book. Ladyboy made sure his cap hit. Didn't have the cheaters signing talent in the offseason. Yeah, that was solid. Hey, that's one thing I can respect Brady for doing because that, you know, obviously he was taking little pay cuts and a little less money throughout his career to make sure that the team could still go out and surround him with talent, and that's why they were so successful, or one of the reasons why they were so successful. So yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he'll take less money, but look at what Mahomes did. I mean, Mahomes has this 10-year, $500 million contract, right? But he's got it basically where a lot of his money or most of his money comes from roster bonuses or stuff like that. So, geez, man, I think it's from talking so much. So, excuse me. But I think a lot of it's from roster bonuses, so it doesn't hurt against the cap, basically is what that means. So I think Jalen could do something similar to that. And then, you know, give it opportunities to be restructured. And also, over a long period of time, so it's not like they have to re-sign him again and then meet the quarterback market at that point. Because obviously we've seen from when Mahomes signed, the quarterback market, like, the prices have gone up and up and up. So, yeah, I think that Jalen definitely could he could have his contract structured in a way to where it doesn't hurt the Eagles too badly. You guys know what I'm saying. Jeez, man. Jason's back. What's going on, man? Do you collect football cards? I do not collect football cards. I don't know. I've just never really been like a card collector guy. I think their running back room is good. A lot of people think that, and, you know, I can't be like, this is my thing with the running back room, because I like Kenneth Gainwell a lot. It's just, you know, obviously he's not proven to be a running back one in this league yet. I mean, he hasn't got a chance to. So who knows? Maybe they're set there. But the thing is, I think a lot of people think that Penny could be like the running back number one. And the thing about Penny is when he's healthy, he's really, really good. But he's just never healthy. And that's the problem. So I don't know. I don't really know. Like, obviously, Sirianni, again, came out and was like, saying all these great things about all the running backs. But that doesn't mean that they're good. Like, that doesn't mean that they're done adding running backs. It doesn't mean they couldn't draft a running back. So I'm watching the DC defenders. Our middle. If I'm right, they draft the offensive tackle in the first 3 rounds. You have to dress like. I still got my Buster back jersey too. Okay, so if I had to do that, I would do that. I would do that. I'm gonna try to stream as much as I can during the draft, right? If they select a tackle, should I do that? Get like a fake beard, slick my hair back, come on here in like a suit, like, and just like put a giant sign that says like Nick Wright behind me or something. I could do that. If they select a tackle in the first 3 rounds, I'll do it. I'll do it. I will do it. Unless you guys don't want me to do it. At least give the Simmons jersey to yeah, I could be nice. Like, I'm not going to burn it. Maybe if I make it short of you burning the jersey. That's the more fun option, or I could donate it like a nice guy. I don't know. We'll see. I got to do something with it, though. I can't keep it. It's bad luck. You got me to sub with CJ News live stream. I appreciate you, bro. I really appreciate that. I was literally about to get off when that news came out, and then people were like, CJ to the Detroit Lions. I was like, you're lying. I went on, checked Twitter. I was like, there's no way. I'm just like, dude, I went crazy. So, well. Capture, what's good? Just came back from a football game and hey, good for you, bro. Congrats. 2 touchdowns is fire. That's solid. I don't know if this was like a real football game or pickup football game or whatever, or just backyard football game, but that's solid, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you being in here. What's up, franchise? Appreciate you being in here as well. Fly, Eagles, fly. This is your Germany ball. Are you from Germany, bro? That's pretty cool if you are. It's good slay. Don't really know what you mean by that, but yeah, Slay's back, man. It's awesome. He will structure so they have money to sign his wide receiver. Yeah, well, AJ's under contract for a while. He's under contract for 4 more years. It's Devontae that they got to get signed, and I'm sure he definitely would be willing to structure it so they do have the money to get Devontae back. Because you got Jalen, AJ, and Devontae for, the foreseeable future. You're in a good position. Like, they're set up for success for a while. Do it. Yeah, man. I'll do it if it happens. I'll do it. Yes, no, and Nick wrong sign behind you and make ridiculous predictions. I'll do that. Why not? If they get an offensive tackle in the first 3 rounds, I'll do it. If it's guard, no. If it's a center, no. If it's a tackle, I'll do it. You have to remind me. I'm gonna forget. At least a kid in Africa See, like the kids in Africa right now that are walking around with the Eagles Super Bowl champions, Eagles Super Bowl 57 champion T-shirts. Like they can have a Ben Simmons jersey too. It's a flag football game. 7-7. Well, still a solid. Okay, that's nice. 2 touchdowns. Good job, bro. Good job. Imagine we get Bijan on the 10th and Bryan Bresee on the 30th. Honestly, that's a hard scenario for me to imagine happening, but I wouldn't be mad. I like both those guys. I think they're both going to be really good players, so I think that would be solid. If we get Jeffrey Simmons, that would be huge, but it ain't happening yet. I agree. Ride the guy. What's going on, man? Who's your favorite Eagles player? I mean, okay. This is like I would say all time. Who's my favorite Eagles player all time? Right now, it's Jalen Hurts. Like, it's not an original answer. It's a pretty basic answer. But, like, the guy's mentality. Like, obviously, he's, like, the, MVP candidate quarterback. He's the face of the team. But it's his mentality that, like, makes me really like him. So, right now, I'd say Hurts. But all time, it's either Kelsey or Fletch. But I'm not sure. How old is AJ and Devontae? I actually don't know. I feel like AJ's like, I'm just going to guess. I'd say he's like 24. Devontae is probably around the same because he stayed all 4 years in college. But I'm not sure. Zach Ertz is also up there for my favorite Eagles of all time. Eagles will fly, but they need to rise. Rise, Eagles, rise. Interesting comment. But the CJ stream was so funny, especially with your bro. That was crazy. And I was going to have him on here again, but again, like he's being weird because it's raining or whatever. Is it even still raining? I have no idea. But I was going to have him on here again along with our friend, but they're weird. Like they were scared to plug their phones in and then get like their chargers and their phones fried because it was raining and like thunderstorming. Like, bro, what? See, I was so close. You see that? Somebody's 24, AJ's 25. You see that? I was so close. Nick Sirianni sees Justin Jefferson. Okay. Yeah, man, that was a bad pick. We all know that. It was a bad pick. We have German in us, dude. I have German in me as well. It's crazy. My grandma's actually from Germany, so there you go. Never been, but I do have some German in me. I think I should wait next year and get. Well, I don't even know what that is. Sue and Linval will be back, at least one of them. I actually hope they bring one back, because they need more depth to that defensive tackle spot, right? And I don't think bringing back they'd probably be for like a minimum, like a vet minimum deal, right? What's that say? Something about the new NBA CBA. I just got an alert on my phone. No, but I think one definitely is a realistic possibility. I don't know about both, but I think they definitely could bring one back. I don't know which one I would prefer because I feel like Sue is a little bit better of a pass rusher and then Linval's a little bit more of a run stopper. So I want to see what they do in the draft. Like, I feel like neither one of these guys are going to get signed until like a little bit later in the offseason. So we could wait until after the draft, see what we do, and then maybe go from there. All-time favorite Eagle, LaShawn McCoy, and underrated Eagle all-time Trent Cole. Dude, I love LaShawn McCoy when he was here because like that was like the start of me watching football. But then Chip Kelly, we all know what happened. So I didn't get enough of a chance to watch him. But in the years he was here, he was probably my favorite player on the team. But I didn't really know anything about football back then. So I was just watching and trying to learn as I watched. 26, 24, yeah. Tyler, everything. What's going on, man? WFA, did they win? Did they actually win? Bro, that's crazy. This March Madness has been insane. It's been actually crazy. Would you say, after what Jeffrey Lair said, the Eagles will go running back at 10? I made a video a couple days ago talking about that. I would say it's more likely. Like, everything's kind of pointing towards them going offense in the first round. I don't know if it's going to be at 10. I don't know if they're going to trade back from 10. I don't know if they're going to trade up from 30. I don't know if it's going to be at 30. But I definitely could see them taking Bijan in the first round or something like that. When I saw Chip Kelly traded Shady, I kicked a trash can across the club I was working at. Dude, I was like little. How old was I? Like what? Man, math. How many years ago was that? 8 years ago? Was it? I don't remember what offseason that was. Yeah. So I can't even remember. I was like 12 or something like that. 11 or 12. Around there. Yeah, I was not happy. And then they got rid of Foles. I wasn't happy with that. They got rid of Sean Jackson, I think the season before that. I wasn't happy with that either. And then Macklin was actually one of my favorite players in my early years of watching football. And then they let him go too. So I wasn't happy with that either. Favorite players, Jalen, Hassan, AJ Slay, Bradbury Smith, Quez, and Cotter. But that's just my 8. That's your 8 players. Think Eagles should wait and get Blake Corum next year. Yeah, I don't really know anything about next year's draft class. I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you, because I don't watch college football at all. So I have to do research more on that next year. Maybe hey, you know what? Who's that guy? I'm not gonna, I was going to look it up, but I don't care. Slay and Sue were in Dubai. Yeah, I saw that. He was talking about it on his podcast. But they're just friends. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that Sue's gonna be back because like they played together in Detroit too, so they're just friends. But I'm sure he, talked to him about, hey, you want to come back to Philly? Bro, I wrote an essay about the NFL having no cap space. My teacher roasted me. Dude, why would they? What do you mean they roasted you? Was it a good paper? I'm sure. I mean, if you wrote a good paper about the NFL having no cap space, like, I mean, I'm just curious. Like, my email is in the About Me tab or the About tab of my YouTube channel. Email me the paper. I would love to read it. You have to look at the mouth breather versus nose breather picture. Oh, God. Dude, I'll tell you this. You guys, I mean, look at this. It's not the greatest jawline in the world at all. It's definitely not. I can admit that, right? It's one of my bigger flaws, I would say. I'm cool with it. And it's because I was a stupid mouth breather kid until I was like 10 or something. Now, breathing through my nose. We're doing the right thing. Breathing a healthy way. But I was a mouth breather when I was a little kid, and it messed my jawline up. I'm telling you. That's so funny. Shady McCoy's from my town. Oh, that's sick. I'm getting hyped for the Kelly Green jerseys. Dude, I'm going to buy one. They're going to be so expensive, but dude, they're going to be so fire. Any teams are still feared of Eagles. What do you mean by that? I mean, I'm sure they're fearing the Eagles. What if Fletch went to the Jets? Yeah, I saw that too. He was on Chris Long's podcast, and he said that Joe Douglas, he was trying to get him to come to New York, but that would have been interesting. But hey, at the end of the day, it didn't happen. So we should have dumped Wentz. We got so lucky getting a first round for that boner and kept Foles. Other Birds fans said I was crazy. I'm happy with the way things worked out and us having Jalen. Now, I get the reason why you'd say you wish we would have kept Foles over Wentz, but at the same time, like, Foles was like, I don't even know how to describe what Foles was. He was just magic. Like, he literally would come in for like a playoff game or a playoff run, obviously like he did with the Super Bowl run, and just go crazy. But I don't think as a full-time starter, Foles could have been the guy to get it done. That's just my opinion. I love Foles. But I don't know, man. I got 100%. You got 100%. Gotta give him a clap for that. No, we'll give him a real clap. That was a golf clap. We're gonna give him a real clap for 100%. You said Blake Corum was in the Heisman Trophy watch list. Yeah, dude, I watch no college. Like, I don't even know any of that. But I'll definitely look it up after this stream. Okay, brother. Have a good night. I'll see you later, man. I appreciate you being in here and talking in the chat, consistently hanging out with me and, the rest of us. I mean, like, any team are afraid of facing against the Eagles. Yeah, the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Giants, the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears, the Packers, the Chiefs, the Chargers. I'm just going to go through all the teams, really. I mean, we're a good team, man. We're a good team. No, I'm kidding. But, like, we're one of the better teams in the NFL. Like, yeah, I'm sure teams are not exactly thrilled to play us. I'm getting a Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert, Kelly Green. That would be sick. I feel like the Devontae Smith one's going to be fire. Nick Foles, fold them with the Philly special. Yeah, dude, that was I remember watching that. That was absolutely insane. Like, I just could not, like, that was like a freaking movie, that whole season, that how that all played out. But now, I've run out of comments, which is cool, because now I want to talk about something else really fast. I want to talk about some other, what do I want to talk about? I got some stuff I had ready to speak about. You guys, I mean, I don't got nothing. All right, let's look at some other free agency targets, because we do got some cap space. So let's look at some of the players that are left in free agency right now, because I want to see who the Eagles could still go out and make a play for and what you guys are thinking about it. So let's pull this up. Now about over an hour into the stream. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all you guys. Actually, we can get to a mock draft after this, but let's look at some of these free agents first. Jeez, man, this is crazy. No, I do want to say to you guys, I'm hoping to have a video out tomorrow talking about Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean. I am busy tomorrow though, so I hate putting these videos out really late like I have been recently, but it's kind of what I've had to do because I've been busy, with school and work and stuff. So hopefully I can get the video out at a good time, but just letting you guys know. Okay, so let's look at some of these potential guys. So Leonard Floyd is interesting. What's his market value? I don't know how likely it is the Eagles would get another outside linebacker, and obviously Nolan Smith has been a guy that's been talked about. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. Never mind. Yeah, dude, I didn't know he was that much, that he was projected to get that much. I don't know how accurate. I mean, Spot Track's pretty good. That's what I'm on right now, right? I'm on Spot Track. Yeah, I'm on Spot Track. Okay. I don't know how realistic that would be, but I feel like the Nolan Smith thing has been interesting, and I haven't really talked about it because, I just don't. They had a visit with him. They had a pre-draft visit with Nolan Smith, right? And he said that he would, going to Philadelphia would be a perfect situation. The thing about that is, I feel like defensive end, even though, okay, it would be smart to get, another edge rusher, right? Because you have Reddick under contract for a couple more years, but then you got Brandon Graham who could leave after this season. You got Barnett who could leave after this season, and then you have Josh Sweat who's only under contract for a couple more years. What do you mean? Wait. My computer's so slow. I gotta get a new computer. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it would be kind of smart to go out and get another defensive end in the draft, but I just don't. Nolan Smith is he's another rush linebacker, and they have that already in Reddick. So I don't know how likely that is. I mean, it could happen. I definitely would not be mad at that at all. I'm just a little, don't know how likely it is. Frank Clark, he's probably gonna get paid a lot. He's great. He's a little bit he's a defensive end, not really a rush linebacker. It's just so slow. I'm sorry. I wanna click. All right, whatever. We're just going to keep scrolling through. They still got Tom Brady listed as a free agent. He's not retired. Dude, Microphone was trolling today. He was like, Tom Brady's returning to the New England Patriots. I'm like, all right, bro. April Fools, $12.4 million. Yeah, Eagles. I mean, they have some space to work with. I just don't know how they could really do that, I don't think they would do something like that. I did see who's it? What's his channel? What's the channel's name? The Philly Special Show. Shout out to him, Josh Davis. He, again, one of those guys. I think he just started. He's got almost 2,000 subscribers already. He does great videos, great work. So if you want to go check out his stuff, you should go check it out. He does great work over there. Super knowledgeable guy. Another one of the guys that I'm like, dude, he knows way more than me. So if you want to check him out, go check him out. But he was talking about the possibility of the Eagles getting a Zach Cunningham or a Myles Jack. Myles Jack, I don't know about. Zach Cunningham could be interesting. I just don't know how much he would get paid. It probably wouldn't be too much, but he's an all right player. It's just I don't know if the Eagles feel like they're set at linebacker or not. If they feel like they're set at linebacker with Nakobe Dean and Nicholas Morrow, cool, because I like both those guys. They're definitely set with Nakobe Dean starting, but I don't know. I saw that Morrow didn't have any guaranteed money in his contract or something. So do they actually feel like he's their starter or not? I hope he does start because I think he's a sleeper, and I think he could be pretty solid for the Eagles this season. Let's look at a couple other of these guys. Ngakoue was another guy. I saw something about him. It's the Bears were the most likely destination for him. It definitely could be. 14.8 mil. Yeah, there's no way the Eagles could do that. But I like Ngakoue. He's consistently been around 7, 8, 9, 10 sacks per year, pretty much his entire career. And he obviously a couple of years ago he was trolling pretty much saying that he wanted to come to the Eagles, and I think he was posting I forget, it was Reggie White or something on his Twitter. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was trolling Eagles fans, acting like he was about to come to Philly, and then he just didn't do it. But I would like him on the team. It's just, again, guy who I think is too expensive. Now, like I said, earlier, the Eagles number 7 right now in the league in terms of cap space. But there's a limit to how much they can spend still. So I'm not sure. Let's get to some of these. Hold on, let me look at a couple more guys. I don't think we're getting another corner. Ronald Darby, he's a free agent. That's funny. I'm not saying bring him back. I don't want him back. I don't want anything to do with that. But that's interesting. Clowney just bounces around from team to team to team. It's crazy. Shelby Harris would be interesting. He was someone I was thinking about. He was pretty solid for Seattle last year. He came over from Denver in the Russell Wilson trade. And, obviously the Eagles went out. They signed Contavious Street just a couple days ago. But I feel like they could still definitely add another defensive tackle. Now, I don't know if they're going to draft one or not. But, Shelby Harris, if they don't want to draft one, would be another option at the free agent as a free agent option. And he's definitely a solid player. Dude. I haven't streamed in a week and a half, and I literally why is this so hard? Pause. Okay. Let's see. Bijan Robinson. It's another interesting guy. Interesting option. There's a lot of guys still out there. I don't think I realized how many of these guys are still left. There's a All right. Hold on. I gotta kick this guy out. What are you doing, bro? All right, Alex Jones. I'm going to put you in the timeout. Sorry. I don't ever have to do that. That's crazy. Sorry. I don't like doing that. I don't like taking people's ability to say what they want away, but I have to in that situation. Sorry. Let's get to some of these comments. Oh, are we good? On my screen, we were lagging. I don't know if we were for you guys. Keep up the great work, brother. Keep grinding. Wise beyond your years, my man. You will do great things. I appreciate that, Justin. Dude, I don't know how I've even got to this point, bro. I have no clue. Dude, this is lagging so bad. What if no team signed a player in free agency? Well, then they just stay a free agent. They're not on a team. Has Alshon Jeffrey officially retired yet? I don't think he has. He's technically, I feel like, still a free agent. Oh, no. Are we lagging? You guys are going to have to let me know. Are we lagging? It was lagging bad on my screen. That doesn't necessarily mean it was lagging for you guys, but let me know. I don't know if it's lagging for you guys, just tell me. Why haven't the Eagles looked at Odell Blackmail? I assume you mean Odell Beckham. He'd probably be too expensive, and they don't want to spend big on a wide receiver 3. In the Eagles offense, the way it's currently run, a wide receiver 3 probably gets maybe maximum 5 targets, probably not even that per game. Maximum. If they're a really talented guy. Right now, I'd say Clay's probably gets 2-3 targets per game. So I don't know. I don't think that Odell Beckham, great player, kind of a little bit of a diva, and obviously coming off that big injury, and it's too much. It'd be too expensive for a wide receiver 3, The linebacker core, the only thing that worries me on defense, we're a little thin on that front. I do agree. In the sense that we don't really have any depth. We have Dean, we have Morrow, but we don't really have anyone else. Now, dude, this is crazy. I'm burping way too much. What am I, a baby or something? No, but Nakobe Dean, I think, is going to have a big year. It's just Nicholas Morrow. I don't know. A lot of people aren't really confident in him. I think he's going to be good. So I definitely think, they're fine with who they have starting right now. Obviously, Howie doesn't really value the linebacker position that much. But behind them, they don't really have anybody. So I get why you feel a little uncomfortable with the way it is. Come on, dude. This is lagging so bad. I got to get a new computer. I got to get, what's it called? The Ethernet cord hooked up or something. Like, I gotta get better internet connection somehow. How do you feel about Terrell Edmonds? I like him. I've already kind of explained it, but I think it's a good move. Low risk, high reward. Solid player for the Steelers for 5 years? Like, it's good. He's a good player. I like it. Super Bowl 58 EAG. Super Bowl 58 EAG. Yeah, Super Bowl 58 Eagles. Let's go. It's gonna happen. What that smoking sound in the back? What? Smacking? What's that? I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it me? Am I just being weird? Am I like smacking when I'm talking or something? Or was it something back there? I have no clue. Super Bowl 58, Eagles 34, Bengals 28. That's definitely a real possibility. The Bengals are a great team. Although they are a little thin at safety now. But Alex Jones, you're going crazy, bro. Alex Jones, goofy, yeah, bro. Yeah, I had to. Like, he was spamming "I'm gay," and then he said something crazy, so I just had to. Candace, we should have won the last one. My pop has been a football ref for decades, and he called BS on that final call. That call was technically, it was holding. Bradbury said it was holding, but he also said it shouldn't have been called. That's the exact opinion I have because, yeah, sure, technically it was holding, but that happens on, like, every single play. Every single play that happens. You can call it whatever you want. So I think it's a bad call, especially in the spot that they were in. Mm-hmm. You look like a person that had bullies hang you up on a backpack hook. What's that even mean? What does that even mean? I've never been bullied in my entire life, believe it or not. Not one single bully my entire life. I'm just a likable person, man. Apparently. Not to brag or anything. Philly fan, the lag on the computer being fried. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's not too bad. Like, is it bad enough to the point where, like, you guys can't even, like, is it unwatchable? But Jalen Hurts got face mask on the fumble too. Yeah, he did, but it was after, so I don't know, like, I don't know, is that like a call still? I don't know the rules 100%. Candace, the Chiefs shouldn't have been there in the first place. They got to the Super Bowl off of a mulligan on third down and a blatant missed holding during the AFC Championship. Yeah, the refs were definitely going crazy in that AFC Championship game too. But it's just how it is, man. So whatever. We can't really, like, Chiefs are a great team, you know. The Bengals definitely had a chance, and the refs definitely didn't help the Bengals, but they could have done more to win that game. The Eagles could have done more to win the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. And, you know, the refs, what they did didn't help, but it is what it is. You know, it's just how it be. It's how it be sometimes. Let's look at this mock draft, because I wanted to pull up this mock draft real fast, test my knowledge on some of these prospects, because I don't watch college football. And I'm trying to do some studying on some of these guys. I think I know a little bit more about, you know, what it looks like is going to be going down here in the draft, and some of these guys that the Eagles could take. So I'm going to obviously get a little bit more knowledgeable as we go on here. We get closer to the draft. But let's look at this mock draft from CBS Sports. Let's go right now. Number 1 overall, we got Bryce Young headed to the Panthers, which that would be interesting because I feel like a lot of people think it's going to be C.J. Stroud from what I've heard, but could definitely be a possibility, you know. And then, you know, Panthers get their franchise quarterback of the future. We got C.J. Stroud going to the Texans. Yes, obvious that if Bryce Young were to go first, Stroud would go next. Will Anderson Jr., yeah, I definitely think he's probably the best player in the draft. So, hold on. So, yeah, I can definitely see that happening. Interesting, because I have seen stuff about the Cardinals trading out of the 3rd overall pick. But in this one, they have him staying. They have him staying there and taking Will Anderson. Anthony Richardson to the Colts would be interesting. Steichen gets a chance to develop a guy who's shown a lot of potential. You know, he's been doing some crazy stuff. Tyree Wilson at 5 to the Seahawks. Interesting. And then they got Jalen Carter at 6, and him not falling to 10 in this mock draft. Yeah, man, the Lions are definitely on the up and up. They're on the rise. Christian Gonzalez at 7 to the Raiders. Okay. Lucas Vanness at 8. This is okay. Vanness is interesting because, like, okay, so from what I've heard about Lucas Vanness, like the Eagles have some interest in him. He visited with the team. Hold on a second, I didn't see this. Sir Ryan Vine, dude, I can never say your name, but I really appreciate you with the $2 super chat. The Phillies score though, bro. We're about to get swept. Well, that sucks, but hey, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. But I'm gonna pull this banner back up here. NFL mock draft. Yeah. So from what I've heard, he hasn't started. Like he didn't start a single game this year is what I've heard. Now you guys can tell me if that's BS or not because I don't know, but that's just what I heard. So that's definitely interesting. But he's got promise, like he's got potential, so that's why he would go. I mean, 8 seems, I don't know. That seems kind of high to me, but I'm not sure. Paris Johnson Jr. To the Bears. Yeah, I mean, that would be solid. Okay, so here at 10 to the Eagles, they have Nolan Smith. So let's read this here. His prospect ranks 32nd, position rank is 6th. What a luxury it is to add a top 10 pick to a defense that finished last season with 70 sacks, the third most in NFL history. Nolan Smith, who dealt with an injury in the fall, helped himself a ton by putting up massive numbers at the NFL Combine. He'll be able to learn from the trio of Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, and Brandon Graham so that he can make the most of every opportunity he's given. So I would not be mad at Nolan Smith at all. Ryan, dude, it's an O, though. It's an O. I don't know, dude. I just can't read, apparently. Maybe I should go back to the second grades. I don't know. But, yeah, so I would not be mad at Nolan Smith. It's just like you got a defensive end. You got a lot of depth at that spot. Or he's like an edge rushing kind of linebacker. Obviously, he's the guy that went crazy, like, what was it, like a 4.3 something that he ran at the Combine. Obviously, that's really impressive. From what I've seen from him, it's like the speed is what makes him so special because he can get around the edge or he can line up really far outside and then, either decide to, take the tackle outside and just, get around them or go inside as well. Like he's got the capability of doing either one of those things. It's just like he's not like a super complete, well-developed player. Like he's got some skills to develop, and he's not like he doesn't have the most complete bag of moves, for rushing the quarterback, from what I've heard. So that would be interesting. I definitely would not be mad at it. It's interesting. So obviously that would mean that the Eagles don't take Bijan Robinson at 10, so they'd have to trade up from 30. So let's see what they have. Let's see where they have Bijan going. Maybe they have us trading up to get him, or maybe they have him falling to us, or maybe they have someone else taking him. I'm not sure. Will Levis to the Titans. Yeah, that would make sense. Jackson Smith, dude. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't want to say his last name because I don't want to mess it up. Jackson Smith. Yeah. That could definitely make sense. They have Stroud going to the Texans in this draft, so give him a weapon. Definitely would be solid. Peter Skoronski to the New York Jets. Yeah, I mean, so from what I've heard, he's a really good tackle. Is he the best tackle? No, it's Paris Johnson would be the best tackle in the draft, and then this guy's like right there as well. So, whoever was saying. Who was saying that the Eagles could take a tackle in the first round? I'm not sure, but it would be one of these two guys. I know Philly 500 just made a video on it. He said it would be really likely. I don't see it as being a super big possibility, but if it were to happen, it would be one of those two guys. So that'd be interesting. Devin Witherspoon to the Patriots. Michael Mayer, tight end, going at 15 to the Packers. That'd be interesting. I guess. They're about to go into a rebuild, so maybe I don't know. Broderick Jones at offensive tackle. He's another guy I've heard. So if the Eagles were to take a tackle, he could be another option. To the Buccaneers, so that'd be solid for them. Joey Porter Jr. going to the Steelers. Yeah, they just lost Cam Sutton, so that would not be bad. Darnell Washington, another tight end. They just traded Hawkinson last season, so this would make sense. Washington to the Lions. You got. See, I don't even know who this is. See, I had to do a little bit more research. Osiris Torrance to the Commanders. All right. Addison to the Seahawks. We got Myles Murphy going at 21 to the Chargers. I heard Myles Murphy was like, is he kind of falling a little bit? Like, I heard he was a little bit higher on a lot of teams' draft boards, and he's kind of slipped down here a little bit. Zay Flowers, a wide receiver to the Ravens. They definitely need a wide receiver. You know what's crazy? At where I work, there's this new employee, and he told me yesterday that he was a Ravens fan. So we were like kind of talking about the whole Lamar Jackson situation and all that. Well, it's like the second Ravens fan I knew, which is really interesting. It's weird because it's like, why are you a Ravens fan around here? But they definitely need a wide receiver. They just signed Aguilar. Like, I don't know. Like, they need a receiver. So, Deontay Banks going to the Vikings. Drew Sanders, linebacker, going to the Jaguars. We saw add a good linebacker to that Jacksonville defense for Dougie P. Quentin Johnston to the oh god, I already see it. Hold on. Quentin Johnston, wide receiver to the Giants. Give Daniel Jones another weapon. That would probably be a solid pick. Now this is cancer right here. Dude, if this happens, I'd be so mad. You see this right here? Dallas Cowboys select Bijan Robinson. Obviously, this is just a mock draft. But pretty much what I've seen of the teams that are interested in Bijan Robinson would be the Eagles, Cowboys, and I think I heard Commanders somewhere. But there's mainly just been Eagles and Cowboys. So I would much rather take him than have him go to the Cowboys because he's going to be great for them for years to come. I don't want this. Let's read it here. Bijan Robinson is too talented to fall this far, but if that happens, he'd be a great fit in Dallas. He and Tony Pollard would give the Cowboys the best running back duo in the league to further aid Dak Prescott. And no doubt that would be the best running back duo in the league. Now. How realistic is this? What? What?
Zeke's an Eagle.
Bro, it's April Fool's. Did you not see that?
Oh my god.
You just got, bro, how did you fall for that?
Hang on me.
You just dude, he 100% thought Zeke was an Eagle. That's crazy. That's so funny. I saw that Eagles Nation tweeted out today, and like for a split second I was like, wait, what? Oh, thank God. Yeah, that's not happening. Bijan Robinson to the Cowboys would be horrible. So let's hope, I think things are pointing in the direction of the Eagles taking Bijan Robinson at some point, in the first round of this draft. Now, they probably have to go in front of the Cowboys. They probably have to do it before this. Like, if he gets to the Cowboys, I think they take him. So they got to make a move to, either they're going to take him at 10 or they trade back from 10 into the teens, select him there, or they trade up from 30 in front of the Cowboys and take him. I really, like, if he went to the Cowboys, I'd be so heated. I'd be so mad. Bryan Bresee, I just talked about him recently, to the Bills. That'd be solid for them. Bresee, I feel like, from what I understand with him, is like he was limited by injuries. His sister passed away, so that could also obviously have an effect on him mentally. This happened, I think, in September, so obviously that's really sad. But I think that he's a guy that, like, you just have to see him get back to the level he was at before the injury. So if he can do that and then, develop a little bit more, coach the right way, he can be a good player. But I don't know. He's definitely a bigger risk. Darnell Wright going to the Bengals. Yeah, offensive lineman. They need some offensive line help. Calijah Kancey. Oh, hold on. This is interesting. Let's go. Calijah Kancey to the Saints. So I'd love to get Kancey. But they have him here going the pick before the Eagles at 29. So, that would kind of stink, but whatever. But then here, let me get a drink of water really fast so I can talk about this. They have Brian Branch, safety from Alabama, going to the Philadelphia Eagles at 30, which is interesting. I think I already talked about this during the stream, but I would not mind this at all. I just don't know how likely it is that the Eagles would take a safety in the first round. I like Branch a lot. I think something really interesting about Branch. Hold on, let me read this real fast. The Eagles find their C.J. Gardner-Johnson replacement in Brian Branch. He did a little bit of everything with Alabama and excelled in almost every facet. So working with Darius Slay and James Bradbury in the secondary should make Philadelphia even more stout defensively. That's definitely true. Him playing alongside some really talented guys in Slay and Bradbury would definitely help him, especially when he's a rookie, and at a young age. But the other thing about Branch is he played a lot of slot corner with Alabama as well. So, his versatility, like he would come in and just, 100% he would be a great replacement for CJ Gardner-Johnson because, CJ was a guy who was versatile. He could play safety. He could play slot corner. Brian Branch can do the same thing, except, obviously he's younger. He'd be on a rookie scale contract. I think it'd be a great addition. I just don't know how likely it is. Like, I feel like the Eagles are probably, I don't know how likely that they would be to draft a safety in the first round. And they have Myles Smith, defensive line. See, I had to do more research because I didn't even know who this was, to the Chiefs at 31. So that's interesting. What is this here? Odell Beckham Jr. rumors, Jets most likely landing spot for star wide receiver as Aaron Rodgers trade looms. Yeah, we saw. I already knew this. You guys wouldn't. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, Brian Branch to the Eagles would be really interesting. And I would definitely like that. That's the whole first round. So let's get back to some of these comments. Dude, I'm 30 comments behind right now. Let's see. This was 6 minutes ago, so this has already happened. FAU is 41 seconds away from going to the national championship, something I thought I would never say. Yeah, that's crazy. FAU to the championship. By the way, so I was thinking about starting like a membership thing. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, if you guys would join. I would probably do like some for memberships. I think I would do like some behind the scenes live streams or like some videos, just like not like super edited ones, just like me talking or whatever, or just something like interesting that I wanted to share. Like, because this is what made me think of that is now we know my brother in there, he lost our March Madness bracket pool between the three of us, right? So we had a punishment. Whoever lost out of the three of us had to wax one of their legs. So if I started member thing, I could live stream that. I don't know if you guys would want to see that. I don't know if any of you would care about that. I don't know if you guys would just want to see me stream that, just in general. But like that'd be funny. Maybe I'd make that short or something. I have no idea, but I think that'd be fun. More black QBs in the NFL. Yeah, wasn't Anthony Richardson's going to get drafted. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. Yeah, it's a lot. I hadn't even thought about that. Interesting. Dallas would do that because of Zeke, yeah. I definitely think it's a real possibility that he goes to the Cowboys if he gets to that point. So I hope it doesn't happen. So if he goes to the Cowboys, yeah, I'd be mad. Dak needs all the help he can get. Yeah, Jerry loves his ground game. That's facts. Why is mostly every running back 5'11"? I don't know. They all seem to be 5'11", don't they? It's really interesting. If it wasn't for Dallas, we wouldn't have drafted Smitty. I give him a little bit. That's the one little bit of credit I give them. But they, at the end of the day, they didn't just do that to help us. Like they did it because they traded back. They got Micah Parsons. They got their guy too, and they screwed over the Giants. Now, it's great that I think it's hilarious that Smith just torched them last year, and he's going to torch them for years to come. So little credit there, but Dallas sucks still. So screw Dallas. Yeah, we had to take Smitty real fast. Yeah, we did. Right to the Bengals makes that line scary. I mean, does it? I mean, their line's been pretty bad. Like, this definitely helps, but does it make them scary? I don't know. Sure. Captured. All I wanted from that draft was Smitty. Roll Tide. And dude, that's all I wanted too. Like, I was so excited to get that. You said Nazi. What? That's definitely. Yeah, no, I told you I don't watch college football, so I got to study a little bit more. I haven't heard his name that much, so I'm going to, I guess when I get off here, do a little research because I gotta learn all these guys, and in a couple weeks, I'll probably know a lot about him. I'll know a lot about the guy. I'll have seen some of his stuff, and maybe I'll make a video talking about it. Who knows? Give me a minute, guys. I don't watch college football. I got this, though. I got it. First year, legitimately covering the draft. Because last year, I just did like 7 videos like the night before the draft of me watching highlights of specific players. One of those guys was Jordan Davis. It was weird because I literally posted all 7 videos at the same time, and it was the dumbest idea ever. Jason says they got to take an offensive player in the first. I completely agree. He said green, grass, blue, what? Green, grass, blue sky. I'm confused. Yeah, offense first, then defense. Yeah, I definitely think that's. I want to get Bijan in like a 10 or trade back from 10 and then get someone a little bit later. What? Lamont Butler drills the winning basket. Yo, I didn't even realize that it was like a game winner. That's crazy. The Eagles get Bijan. I'd be so happy. Same. Did she just make a joke and I literally just don't get it because I'm an idiot? Maybe. Bengals line was good last year after they had time to get gel until the injuries. Tackles were the weak point. The draft. I forgot about. Okay, my brain wasn't working there for a second because I forgot about Orlando Brown. But now that I remember that, yeah, I still don't know if it's scary. Like you say the Bengals line was good last year after they had time to gel until the injuries. So maybe they just have to stay healthy, and then some of these other guys obviously step up. But we'll see. I don't get it. Burrow with time will pick apart any defense. I mean, yeah, Burrow's top 3, in my opinion. The top 3 quarterbacks in the league right now, in my opinion, Mahomes, Hurts, and Burrow. That's my order. I wouldn't be mad if you put Burrow at 2 and Hurts at 3. But yeah, that'd be like Burrow's great. If he had more time, that team's definitely a lot better. Yeah, dude, I don't even know what y'all are talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Brain's not working. I've been on here for an hour and a half. Not used to it. We're getting better at it, though. We're getting better at it. And not to be out of water, too. If the Eagles get a single Chiefs player, why would you be sad? I mean, if we get a Chiefs player, then they're good. Like I get it because they beat us, but it is what it is. Like that's at the end of the day. I would not be mad at that at all. Let me check something real fast. Hopefully this don't take too long. So let me check something real quick. And I might be getting up out of here in a little bit. So if you guys want me to talk about anything else, put it in the chat. Probably going to be out of here real soon, though. So I appreciate everyone who's been in here. If you are in here still, after an hour and a half of me pretty much just making stuff up and talking about stuff because there's not really much crazy stuff going on right now, appreciate you. Drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Road to 11K. Can't believe we're 10K, man. I really can't believe it. Hey, thank you to every single one of you. If you would like me to do like a Sixers stream tomorrow night, play-by-play Sixers stream, let me know. So if you guys would tune into that. Versus the Bucks. They're playing the Bucks, so that would be interesting. And I would probably have a special guest if I did do that in BLSG. Not sure. If he's going to be able to do that, I think I can do it. Not 100% sure, but I think I could do it. So if you guys would want to see that, let me know. Let me check this. And hopefully I'll have a video out by tomorrow as well. I should have one. Oh, I need to turn that on. All right, let's read a couple of these comments. Really want Calijah Kancey. I like Calijah Kancey a lot. I like him a lot. I like a lot from what I've seen. Like he's got some great pass rush ability, man. He's a good pass rusher. He's a solid run defender. And I think the big knock on him is his size, but like we've seen guys overcome that before. So I think that, whatever. Like I would take him 100%. Awesome stream, big comment. Appreciate you, bro. Really appreciate that. I'll be the most happy if we get Bijan and Brian Branch and then get the defensive lineman in the second round. I'd be happy with that too. I'd be really happy with that. I think Gales are just starting crazy. Oh, the Eagles. Yeah, they started the offseason pretty crazy, and things have died down a little bit. But, draft is coming. Stuff's going, plenty of stuff to come. Branch at 10, they can't see at 30, or trade up for him. I don't know about Branch at 10. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to gauge where a lot of these guys are going to be going. So, I'm not sure. And then snag Gibbs in the second round. That I would be a little bit more happy with if we also got Gibbs. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're thinking. Like, I think, things have been pointing or like hinting at them getting offensive play early, which is why I think they should get Robinson, because he's such a game changer in my eyes. So I hope they do that, but if not, then I wouldn't be surprised either, because they typically don't take running backs early. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of different scenarios I'd be happy with. I just don't. I mean, I don't really know how they can mess this up. Like, there's a lot of really good players. There's a lot of positions that, we kind of need to draft. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they take Bijan and, like, Kancey, or Bijan and Brian Branch, or something like that. I would really like that. Young plus Sanders, yeah, that's solid duo right there. No way Brian at 10, maybe 30. Yeah, I definitely think so. Did you agree with cutting Sanders? We didn't cut Sanders. He just walked in free agency. But, I mean, obviously I like Sanders. Sanders was one of my favorite players when he was here. We just couldn't pay him, so it had to happen. How dare you? How dare you say that to me? Why you say that to me? I never played football, so there you go. Never said. Dude, if I played football, I would have been a beast. You want to know why? Because I would have been, like, so locked in, and I would have taken it, like, so seriously. I would have been so good. I'm telling you. I don't care. I don't even care. I would not be a bench rider. There's no way. And if I was going to be a bench rider, then I would switch to kicker and dedicate myself to becoming the best kicker my school had ever seen. So there you go. And I would not ride the bench. And it's not cap. I promise you. That was kind of nasty. I don't care. You think I should become the Eagles GM? You want the franchise to be running to the ground? No, you don't want that. Because at the end of the day, what I think, I tend to agree with a lot of people, but there's sometimes that I disagree. But regardless, I don't know nothing. So, man, I don't know. I love it, but you guys would all hate me in the end. So, any ideas which team we could trade up for without giving away the ranch? I was thinking Kyler's playhouse, but how many picks would it cost? I don't know. Going from 10 to 3 that's a pretty big jump. I don't know. Like, we'll be trading up for, like, Will Anderson. Probably that's what the move would be if we go up to 3, but I'm not sure. It would probably cost a lot to get up to 3. Honestly, I don't know what team would be good to trade up with. I feel like the only way we trade up is if Jalen Carter starts to fall and we can get up at, like, maybe 8 or something like that, 7 or 8 to get him. This may be the Raiders or he was at 8, the Falcons, but I don't know if they would want to trade back. Like, I have to do a little bit more research and see, like, what they're thinking, because so far I've just been looking at, like, targets and I don't even know that much about all those guys. So, do you listen to 94.1 because they talk? Yeah, I have listened to that before. I don't listen to it consistently, but I have listened to it plenty of times. Should really pick up. I don't know about Myles Jack. He's on the decline. Landry, who's Landry? Is that Harold Landry? Is he a free agent or something? I don't know all these free agents. There's a lot of free agents that are still left. Or John Johnson. Yeah, maybe. They still want to get a safety. John Johnson. I like Ryan Neal a lot more. But yeah, guys, I think this was a pretty good stream. I appreciate everyone for coming out. Everyone who's still in here, like, subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to pretty much get up on out of here because... Are you talking about Jarvis Landry? I'm like, I forgot about him being a free agent. Like, I didn't forget about him, but I forgot he was a free agent. I like Jarvis Landry. Maybe if he was cheap, I actually think he would be a good wide receiver 3. I would do that. Let me answer a couple of these. Who do you want the Eagles to draft for the 10th pick? I want them to trade down and get Bijan Robinson. That's what I want. But if Carter's at 10, then take Carter. I feel like if something is sus with Jalen Hurts' contract because I feel like they would have done it. I don't know. It seems like things are going pretty well from what all the reports are saying. So I don't see a reason to be concerned. He might just be sitting there waiting to see what the Eagles, what they want to do for the rest of free agency. Maybe they want to make a trade, and then he'll just like structure his contract in a way that allows them to do that. I'm not sure. I'm an Eagles fan, but I think Cowboys think I think they're going to be good, but I think we're better. Good stream. I'm going to go now. Appreciate you being in here, Storm, Woodrow. I'm going to go play some Doom. All right. Appreciate all you guys. I'm going to end stream now. It's kind of random, not too much crazy going on, but I do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you all so much for watching. Drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Philadelphia Eagles content coming within the next days, weeks, months, years. You're not going to want to miss any of it. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next stream or the next video, whatever that may be. See you guys.